solve the problem that people are telling you they want solved. Please forgive me for not having any production or any of that. I was working out, but I felt this is something that I would love entrepreneurs, especially solopreneurs, to understand. I learned this the hard way. I got a call to work with a business. This was a couple years ago, maybe right around COVID time. And this business, they had money. They weren't hurting for clients, but they needed to have an online presence. They wanted more structure, more volume, and things of that nature because they were opening up a second business. So I get on the call and I'm listening to them and I'm hearing them say what they want. And I start trying to solve a problem that they're not talking about. They want more volume. They want more structure. They're looking for someone to just man the team. They're not even looking for the person to create reels and all of that. They have that in order. And here I go, because at that moment I was intimidated, insecure, and just not thinking well. I tell them, hey, I create reels this way. I can do that for you. And they looked at me as if they had saw a ghost. And that's when I realized, okay, I said something wrong. So to make it even worse, I go deeper. I could even have the turnaround time of 72 hours. This is not what they're talking about. This is not the problem that they're saying that they need solved. They just needed someone to man the team. And they got my name from someone who knew I could do that job. But me being this creative, I wasn't thinking like someone who could solve that specific problem. So lastly, they said, okay, what's your price? I go off and I say $300 a month. And they looked at me like, he's not the guy. If he's only charging $300 a month, he cannot handle this bandwidth. Now, what was the problem? They wanted more volume. They wanted someone to help structure the team. That was the problem. They mentioned what they wanted, and I did not deliver that, and I did not get that job. Now, flip side, here's what happens with most solopreneurs now. Instead of asking people what they want to pay for, you sometimes go into this land of just creating things just to create. I've done that so many times. Instead of asking people, what pain do you want to be gone? Let's say you were a fitness coach. Instead of you spending hours trying to program the perfect workout, ask them what they want. They probably would say, I just need a check-in on Wednesdays. I can follow the workout. I can get a free workout from ChatGPT. They might say, I just need someone to encourage me on Thursdays because that's the lowest day of my week. That's when I emotionally eat. Let's say you're a hairdresser. They might say, I just need someone to not get me wet when I get my hair washed. And you're creating combs and things that they're not asking for, that they don't need, and they're not wanting to get that solved. The way to keep solving problems that people are telling you that they want is to keep first talking to people. Talk to people. This is a lost art. ChatGPT is amazing. AI, amazing. But we are losing our ability to talk with humans. And if we're not talking with humans, I can guarantee you are not finding out what people really need. Or maybe you feel, I figured it out a long time ago, so they just keep wanting that. But not necessarily. There are products that I had years ago that it wouldn't even matter now because there's so much more advanced stuff. It's not even the way it used to be. So I have to keep talking to people. Lastly, if you want to keep solving problems that people have, start asking yourself this question too. I see the problem. Can I come up with an elegant solution to solve it? And can I do it faster than somebody else is doing it? Like, I got that one from Alex Hermosi. I don't gatekeep. Alex is great. Love you, Alex. Can I solve it faster? When we were creating reels for people, we knew that most companies would take 2 weeks to finish the reels, right? So what we did was say, hey, if they do it in 2 weeks, 14 days, how can we tell them that we can do it in 7 days, and how can we get it back to them in 4 days? It doesn't mean it was less quality. It just means let's take out the friction, or let's not procrastinate. Let's find out what's really holding us back and what does this person really want. They want to get it faster, right? I've told tons of photography friends, tons. If everyone's getting pictures and videos back in 2-3 weeks, see if you can do it in 3 days. You probably could charge more, and you'll probably get referred more. Omar El Takori is one that said when people were in his industry, he was a photographer at that time, photographer, videographer. He knew people, he said it out of his own mouth, he knew people would want their photos faster, and most people were taking at least 2 weeks. So he made his promise, I'll have it to you in 24 hours or same day. He's able to charge more, he's now in demand, he's getting referred more. Solve the problem that people are telling you that they want solved. Sometimes it doesn't need to be super creative. Sometimes it doesn't need to be super, it doesn't need to be hard. It doesn't need to be complicated. It could be just solving the issue. Lastly, and I'll go back to doing what I was doing. When you go to urgent care, the reason why it could cost more is because it's urgent. But the reason why you would pay more is because you know you want to get that pain solved immediately. You know this is or emergency room, this is taking me out, I need to get this solved. I really don't care how much it costs. Think, how could you become the emergency room or the urgent care in your lane? And if you want help, let's talk. I'll put a link below in the show notes where we can talk and help you get clear, execute, and keep growing. Be good, guys. Be great.